Hello mates, I hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to be doing yet another reacting to tattoo tours videos from YouTube. I've previously made 3 of these videos now, so you can go and check those out after these videos if you want to. I've picked a couple of videos to react to some bits of. As always, I'll put all of the links to all the original videos and all the original creators in the description below. Alright, so without further fucking about, we all want to look at some sick ass tattoos, don't we? So let's get into it. So our first clips actually come from 2 different videos, both from the same creator. The creator's name is Jordan Leech, and the first video is called My Tattoos, 20 plus traditional tattoos and regrets tattoo tag. And the second video is called 40 plus traditional tattoos and regret my tattoos tattoo tag part 2. Link to both videos are in the description below.
So I've got the lady on the inside of my arm. Now I was going away on holiday in like 2 weeks,
I don't know how this is
and
going.
I got a tattoo on my arm, so I got that one done.
Okay, so first of all, that is never a good idea. If you're going on holiday, you're going to be going out in the sun, don't be taking your fresh tattoo out there with you. Not that you could leave the fresh tattoo at home. Don't get the tattoo is what I'm saying. Having said that, this guy appears to have been very lucky indeed, because it has healed alright and it is pretty nice. I mean, it's not the best photo in the world, but from what I can tell, that is a very pretty lady head tattoo. Smoking a cigarette, got this outrageous like beehive hairstyle going on. We've got a little rose at the bottom, some very pretty makeup on her face. This is a really cool tattoo and it's in a really cool placement as well. I wouldn't advocate for being a bit of a donut like this guy though and going on holiday with a fresh tattoo. You got to keep your tattoo out the sun for like 2 weeks afterwards, and then you got to be applying like high SPF sun cream to it. Not to be like a stickler for the rules kind of guy or like a fucking nerd, but that's just how these things go. That's what you need to be doing to look after your tattoo. Again, lucky guy though, this has turned out alright.
So I got this one done on the inside of my arm, which is another lady's face. So I ended up having like 2 pretty fresh tattoos within going on holiday, which wasn't the best idea considering the sun and everything like that, but they healed alright, so I've not really got many complaints.
At least he knows it wasn't a good idea, and like he says, it did turn out alright. So I guess I can't be mad at it, but still, I suppose there are probably loads of people who go on holiday and get tattooed though and have their tattoos out in the sun, and probably some of them do heal alright. You don't want to be one of the people whose tattoos don't heal alright though. That is the risk you got to take. Right, anyway, this cool cowgirl tattoo. So this is just like straight up black work. We got no colour in here at all. Again, this one is really cool. I really like actually the absence of colour in it. It's just black work. I'd like to see how this one looks like a few years healed now. But again, another really pretty lady head tattoo. And I personally always love to see like a really cool like cowgirl tattoo done in like a traditional style. This black work style works really nicely for it as well. Got some really pretty and nice long eyelashes here. Yeah, this is a nice tattoo.
And the final one was the bulldog with the gold tooth. Can you go wrong with having a bulldog and a gold tooth tattooed on your arm? Can you fuck?
I love this dude. He's like the most Mancunian dude in the world. I bloody love a Manc. Big up to Chester. I think if I could be from anywhere else in the UK, probably I would be from Manchester. Just because like the amount of like attitude and gravitas that comes with like the Manchester accent. Do you know what I mean? Plus I grew up as like a massive Oasis fan, so you know, got a special place for the Chester in my heart, having never been there in my life. Right, anyway, we're looking at the really cool bulldog tattoo with the gold tooth. You can't go wrong with that, can you? So this is definitely my favourite one so far. This is a real cool tattoo. Jordan is right, you can't go wrong with one of these. This little fella has got so much personality going into him. This is some really clean line work, clean saturated shading. What I'm really noticing actually is the face is shaded so perfectly with like the dots of brown and then clean skin for all the highlights. That is done absolutely impeccably. And yeah, as it turns out, you cannot in fact go wrong with a bulldog with a gold tooth tattoo. Can you fuck? Very nice indeed.
So I got an eagle done in New York at 3 Kings by...
That's cool.
Bear with. So it was done by a guy called, I'm sure it's pronounced Shay, and his Instagram's @normaltattoos. So I flew out to New York for a week and I knew full well that I wanted to get a tattoo whilst I was there. So I'm wandering around Brooklyn,
of course you got to do
and I spot 3 Kings. We go in, I'm like, I want to get a tattoo. I'm happy to pick flash, anything off the walls, you know, I want something truly American. So we went with...
You cannot get more American.
American flag, and it's fucking mega. It's one of my favourites. Up there on my list is one of the best ones I've got, because it's just everything about the tattoos it just encompassed into one.
That is a very cool tattoo. Yeah, I think next time I'm in New York, I'll probably want to go and get a traditional tattoo while I'm there, just for, you know, for the sake of it, to be able to say I've got this tattoo in New York. I don't think I would go so American. This is the most American thing in the entire world. Got an eagle, the stars and stripes. In my mind, he's probably singing the fucking Star Spangled Banner. But it is a really cool tattoo. And we got to remember, this style is literally called American Traditional Tattoos. And this is a very American traditional tattoo. This is such a sick little piece though. Again, this eagle dude's got a ton of personality. The tattoo does look really small, probably not much bigger than palm size, if not actually a little bit smaller from what I'm seeing in this photo. But the artist has done an absolutely sick job. Everything is perfect. The composition flows really nicely. The line work's on point, shading's on point. The whole tattoo is just really very nice.
So to tie that up, I got a Sailor Jerry flash piece on the top of my arm, which is like the dagger, the snake and the lady. That was done by Lee Carley in Chester. He now owns Lovers Tattoo. So if you're that side, anywhere around Chester way, Wales, he's your man for all his traditional stuff. He's fucking solid.
He's fucking solid, man. I'll tell you what's fucking solid is this fucking tattoo. I think we all know at this point my love for Sailor Jerry Flash, but this is a Sailor Jerry Flash piece executed to absolute perfection. What a pretty fucking woman with a really gnarly sword slash dagger going through her. Got a snake wrapped around her head as well. Just a really gnarly tattoo and a really cool Sailor Jerry Flash piece that's been done really well. Fucking love this one. This dude's got a really nice collection of traditional tattoos. I'm looking at this flash piece though going, do I want that? Do I want that flash piece on my leg? I think I might, you know? Fucking sick tattoo, mate.
So, when I flew back from New York, I knew that I wanted to get more than my arms and legs tattooed, so I started to think about what I wanted on my chest. Jimmy, who had already done my peacock on this arm, and if you want to see this properly, then the video's on my channel. Jimmy who'd done this peacock, just mad colour. Like, the colour just stayed. More than any tattoo that I've got, it's just so vibrant. It's been in there for years and it's just stuck. So I knew he was the man to take on my front. So drove down to Bristol from here in Manchester, drove all the way there to Skin Deep.
That's a long drive
to find this. Sit for a bit, pretty fucking done, whatever. And he lined it. Oh my god, I've never felt anything like it in my life. People who say that tattoos don't hurt are full of shit. It was minging, absolutely minging, all there. And then just the sides here, just vile. Absolutely vile. I'm not gonna lie, I tapped from like, Jimmy mate, there's no way I'm doing any more of this. We ain't colouring it, we ain't shading it, it's not happening. Drove back to Manchester. A few weeks later, thought right, let's get it finished. Drove back up to Bristol this time, got it all filled in, colour, shading, a lot, sorted, finished. Amazing. Like, fuck, that's over.
Yeah, I mean, I only have a really tiny tattoo on my chest, but it is a pretty fucking minging place to get tattooed from what I remember, like, especially as you get more towards the middle of the chest and you get like, the artist said to me when he was doing it, I'm over the rib cage now, so it's gonna be particularly spicy, and it was particularly fucking spicy. This though is a sick traditional chest piece tattoo. It's literally a fucking naked lady riding a dragon. You know, traditional chest pieces don't really get much cooler than that. This is such a sick design. The woman has got such a tiny face, and I know I say this about literally fucking every tattoo that I talk about seemingly, but tiny face, got so much personality in it. When you look at it, the face has got what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiny little lines really in it, and yet how has the artist managed to inject so much personality in it? You know, the mind boggles. On top of that, this dragon is absolutely sick as well. He's a happy looking fella actually, this dragon. I suppose he probably would be with the naked girl on his back. Just saying. But yeah, a really sick tattoo, flows really nicely with his chest. It's almost like a Japanese style dragon, but again, it works really nicely for this piece. Yeah, just overall a really sick tattoo.
So Leech was on, and I've always wanted to get tattooed in Milan. Don't really know why, but it's just been one of them places that I've wanted to get tattooed. It just really entices me to go as well. So when I saw Samuel Tavazzi from Milan was tattooing in Leeds, I thought, right, we're gonna have to go and get something. He put this weird like box lid in the back of my arm, which I've always like had a screenshot of something similar on my phone for years. He had one of these in his flash, and I was like, I want that. And he's just done a sick job. It's up there as one of my favourites. I'm gutted it's on the back of my arm because I can't see it and nobody can really see it, but it is what it is. It's there. I know it's there. It's mega. I think it's class. If you like Samuel's work, go get tattooed off him if you're in Milan.
Yeah, both the pieces that I've got in the back of my arms are absolutely sick, and it makes me well sad as well that I can't see them. Enough about me though. Let's talk about this box lady tattoo. So this is a pretty fucking out there design. However, it's really fucking cool, and that is a very pretty lady indeed. Love the little beauty spot on her face. This detailing on the box, like on the side of the box, especially the bottom box, that is absolutely sick. I love the flowers that are on the box as well. Love her little knee socks going on. It's included fingers in the tattoo. That's something that tattoo artists tend to try and avoid like the plague, including fingers. Like normally you put something in the person's hands or put their hands behind the back or something. Tattoo artists tend to hate doing fingers. For tiny little fingers on a traditional tattoo though, these are done really well indeed. Yeah, a very nice piece. Okay, thank you for that, Jordan. So our next clips come from a user called hannerOSRS, and the video is called Updated Tattoo Tour. Some sick black work tattoos incoming.
If you're interested in my tattoo artist work, his name's Zach Anderson. He is in Portland. Okay, so we'll go in chronological order of what I got and when. This tattoo was done by somebody else actually. So this is not Zach's work, this is somebody else. And this was done probably 2017, I wanna say. And this was the first larger tattoo that I have. Again, Zach didn't do this one.
As I said, we've got some sick black work tattoos incoming. Here's the first one. So we got a cool little rose just on the top of her arm. On her left arm. Be good if I knew my left from my right, wouldn't it? Not to be too judgmental straight away, but having seen the rest of her pieces, this is probably like the weaker of the pieces, I'm gonna say. This feels very much like a first tattoo, like I'm of age now, I wanna go and get something. Not that it's a bad tattoo or anything, it's just the other tattoos look of a higher quality. Maybe she hadn't done quite as much research for this one as she has done for her other ones. But it looks like a rose, it doesn't look like a cabbage, which is always good. And the leaves are done really well. The line work is pretty good. I'm just not really sure about the shading inside the actual like rose itself. As I was saying, the leaves look very nice, but the actual bits of like washed out black, like on the like petals themselves, I am not particularly convinced by. But definitely not a bad tattoo, definitely like at least a 6 out of 10 tattoo. And it looks like all of our other tattoos are pretty sick, so you know, everyone's allowed to have one that is not as good, innit?
When I decided that I wanted to continue on my sleeve, I basically just went on Instagram and searched up like American traditional tattoo artists until I found someone that was pretty similar.
American traditional.
And that's who's been tattooing me since. I love him. After that tattoo, this was the second large tattoo that I got. Originally, I had you can kind of see it. Originally, I had a tattoo underneath. That was my first tattoo ever. I got it covered, and not because I didn't like it. It was more that it didn't fit a sleeve. It's like a micro, tiny, I feel like those are really in, like the teeny tiny tattoos, which I like them, but I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna have a sleeve with like a micro tattoo. Yeah, so I got it covered up. So yeah, this was the first piece that we did.
Okay, yeah, this one is sick. Got a flower, is that like a chrysanthemum or a peony? It's a flower. Then we've got some fern leaves at the top of the piece. Call me a fucking botanist. I know my flowers, just not my chrysanthemums or peony. I think that is a chrysanthemum. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I think that's a chrysanthemum. And then we've got like a hummingbird in the middle. So this is a sick black work tattoo. The composition flows immaculately. I think that's how you say that word. Immaculately. She's got a decent amount of coverage. It goes like from the top of her inner forearm, like from her elbow ditch, all the way down to her wrist. I imagine that would have been a long old session, but a totally sick fucking tattoo. I mean, there are a lot of elements at play here. There's a lot of different leaves, a lot of different flowers in it, but it flows so well. The hummingbird is sick as well, done absolutely to perfection. Line work's on point, shading's on point. Very nice tattoo indeed.
The second one I got, which this is a larger one. This was the second session we did.
Sick.
This all the way. It was a little bit on my elbow. He's kind of done a good job of keeping stuff off my elbow and like not in my ditch for, you know, obvious reasons. But this was the second one, and this is just kind of all floral. No subject on this one, just floral.
Floral pieces done in like a black work style, in this like traditional black work style. Always gonna look sick if it's done really well. And this piece is so sick. Look how beautiful it is. And again, a lot of coverage from this one, from like just above the elbow all the way down to the bottom of her wrist. Again, must have been another one that was a long old session. But again, totally worth it for such a fucking beautiful piece. So I think we've got a rose in there, another fern leaf, other flowers. I don't really know my flowers. You guys, maybe if you've watched a few of my videos, maybe you've gathered that by now. I don't really know my flowers other than my roses and my fern leaves. Watch those not be fern leaves now. But yeah, a really very sick piece indeed. My favourite piece that she's shown so far, I think. Let's see what else she has.
Now we'll go on to my next and favorite tattoo, which it kind of sucks because it's one that you never see, which is kind of annoying. I don't know. It's not that you never see it, it's just, well, that you never see it. But I don't really know a better way to show this, but I really wanted a dagger. There we go, that's a good way to show it. I wanted a dagger. It kind of bends. I call it my bendy knife. I had a really bad scab there, so it's kind of fucked up on the bottom. I need to get that fixed next time I go. But yeah, this is my favorite tattoo. I just really like the detailing on like the handle. I think it's pretty sick.
Another one that is totally fucking sick. Dagger and a rose, always gonna be a badass choice for a tattoo. And I can see very much why this would be her favorite piece. Sick as all hell. It's a shame that it's gone a little bit funny at the bottom, but the inner bicep is kind of difficult to get tattooed and difficult to heal just because it just fucking rubs up against your body when it's healing. So that kind of thing does happen. It's happened for me on my inner bicep tattoo as well. Totally salvageable, totally fixable though. And another one that is a really sick composition and proof that you can just get a whole sleeve of just flowers done in this style and it look really fucking sick and it not feel like boring. Like each piece has its own distinct characteristics, its own kind of distinct, there's that word again, personality, and this one is sick and a really good placement actually for it as well for this piece. Again, everything's on point, line work's on point, your shading's on point, the rose itself is shaded really well, and most importantly for a rose tattoo, it doesn't look like a cabbage. Love the little detailing in the handle with the dagger as well. Again, another one, it's just really fucking beautiful.
The most recent tattoo I got was it was kind of like a continuation of that first tattoo that I showed, the shoulder piece. He did a snake. Again, we were just going with floral and like I was gonna get a scorpion for my last piece, but I decided I didn't want a scorpion. I don't know, I don't really care. I just don't know what to do for the last spot. But yeah, we're kind of just going with that theme. So this one is a continuation of this tattoo and it kind of like ties everything together with the snake.
Oh, it's just sick. She is right, this snake does tie everything together, and the rose tattoo on her shoulder that I kind of slagged off a little bit earlier actually has been improved exponentially by the addition of the snake tattoo. It's just so sick. Again, flowers done in this style, sick. Snake done in this style, sick as all hell as well. She's just got a really fucking cool sleeve. I'm pretty jealous, I'm not gonna lie. Absolutely love this snake tattoo. We've managed to include a few leaves, a few flowers in there as well to tie it all together with everything else. There's a long old snake tongue as well. And again, this one flows so nicely with her arm. You know, that's something that you really can't get wrong, is the flow of the tattoo. This flows so well. And the artist has done a really incredible job of incorporating the old rose tattoo into this as well. And yeah, a totally sick piece. I would love to see what she gets back here to finish off the sleeve, because overall this sleeve is like a solid 9 out of 10 for me right now. If we finish it off with something really cool as well, I reckon it'd be a 10. And that is it. Those are my reactions to some tattoo tours. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like and hit the subscribe button and all of that other YouTube bollocks. If you like the music that you're hearing in the background, well, it was actually all produced by me. I've got another channel where I post beats/instrumentals that I've written for singers to use to write songs to. So if that is something that you are interested in, I'll put a link in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.